There was no use of AI to make this video.
Hey everyone, Merch Hunter Ricky back, and tonight I want to talk about Titan from Invincible. See, as the leader of the criminal underworld on his side of things on the town, or on the city that he lives in, he wanted to try and become the top dog and control every aspect of that city and make a better life for his community and his family. However, if you've seen up to season 4 of Invincible, you can know that, he ended up right back where he started, if not even in a lower position than before. And I think that Titan is someone who truly has squandered his potential, and I would like to explain why. So in this video, we're going to talk about the hypocrisy of Titan. Now, to explain what I mean by he squanders his talent, so he wants to be the leader, right? He wants to be the leader of this criminal underworld, and he even has enough bozos to make Invincible believe that all these guys wearing hoodies are Titan when Invincible goes to try and arrest him. Wow, what a great plan. How about invest in some better infrastructure of your criminal organization, because just one old man with a metal mouth attacked you, and that was it. There was no more Titan's empire, right? And then after that, in season 4, what happened? The dragon came right back. It's crazy. I don't have a dragon that looks like Liu. I don't have Shenron from Dragon Ball Z, but I do have Kaido from One Piece. Accept this Kaido from One Piece as a Liu stand-in. I'm going to have tons of editing throughout the video, and just, Titan is baffling because it starts off with taking over the city, taking control from Machine Head. And what he did to Invincible, right, is very shisty, very dirty. He first plays like an innocent victim card, trying to talk about, you don't know what the word criminal means. You don't know what the word bad guy means to Invincible, right? But at that same time, Titan doesn't know what the word criminal or bad guy means. And also, the developer of the Invincible fighting game, the lead executive producer, he calls Titan a bad guy but a good guy. You don't know what a good guy means, because Titan is objectively and subjectively a bad person. Let's explain why. Reason number 1 why Titan is a bad person. In his attempt to be self-righteous and become the leader of the criminal organization, he puts his daughter in danger at least 2 times, right? If not hundreds of thousands of more times that are just daily walking circumstances. Just walking next to Titan down the road as his daughter is dangerous. How do I prove this? Well, what happened when Titan's daughter talked about who came to buy whatever candy or ice cream she was selling from school? A little man with a metal mouth came to purchase it from her. Next thing you know, Titan's like, oh, you can't go to school anymore. Wow, so safe. Your daughter's so safe, Titan. Great work. Then his ego gets in the way, right? Because Liu, his downfall, very much so his downfall, right? He wants to provide that better life to his daughter, but at the same time, he can't just be quiet and listen to what Liu has to say about getting Multipole out of prison. And again, Multipole sucks. Like I said, I've said this multiple times, probably not on the channel, but Multipole sucks. He is not worth breaking out of prison, but like Isotope says. I just want to talk about right here how he is trying to be reasonable and break the assassin out. But 1, Multipole sucks, so I totally get where he's coming from. And 2, this guy is being an unreasonable butthead, but this is what you get when you get in stuff that you can't comprehend and stuff that's way over your bald head. His bald head is bigger than yours and has more hair. Your hair is lacking and you have no experience. Wet behind the ears. Getting him out of prison is equivalent to playing ball with the Order, which is simply all that Liu wants. If Titan had, shut up and not been like, what happens if I don't listen to you? Well, I bet Liu would have maybe tried to be a little bit more reasonable instead of immediately being like, you have 24 hours to break out Multipole now that you failed, or I'm going to go crazy on your ass. And then he eventually just does go crazy on his ass, right? I mean, Titan tries to initiate the fight by telling Isotope to, pull the Dragon Man and his friend up to the sky and drop them, and then Isotope just switches sides immediately. Like, it's so embarrassing. I want to talk about now about the actual potential he squandered. See, if Titan had really cared about providing a better life for his daughter, he would and like he proved he knew who the GDA was, he would have joined the GDA. Or at least he would have tried to become a member of the Guardians of the Globe. Me personally, I think he has great leader potential of the Guardians of the Globe.
This is mid-editing Coffee Ricky just trying to quickly explain why I selected him for leader of Guardians of the Globe. I think that Titan has the possessive qualities of Bulletproof, where he has that ego, but he has that sense to keep people in check like Cecil. But at the same time, you can see like a Brit or a Black Samson or a Rudy, Rexplode, whatever. You can see the three previous leaders of the Guardians of the Globe. You can see that in Titan.
He has super strength, rock regeneration skin shell power thing that not only can he like, I don't know if he can see through the slits and breathe through the slits he creates in his rock face helmet thing, but if, let's say he can't see through it at all, he's just somehow daredeviling his way through wearing that rock armor, that's amazing. And, you know, he does have good plans. He does have good intellect. He is underestimated. But the thing is, he's too full of himself to see that he's not that special. And he's really not that guy. He tried to be that guy. He really did. But the thing about him is that he's such a hypocrite that, again, you go back to the battle of how he got his position of taking over Machine Head's organization, right? He used Invincible to initiate a fight, which then the Guardians of the Globe came in to clean up that mess. And even then, it didn't even really work out that well. But what ended up happening at the end of that whole situation is that Machine Head somehow got arrested and the Titan came out on top, but at the expense of Invincible. So now Invincible was never going to trust him again. So the second time that they interacted with is when, you know, Invincible was like, I'm going to take you to jail. Like, you know, Titan tries to parlay with him and get Multiple out of prison and talking about, oh, a lot of people are going to die, this and that. Well, that plan failed, and the only backup plan he had was getting his friends to wear hoodies to hide from Invincible. Like, it's a very bad plan. Like, that was the furthest he was capable of thinking. You see what I mean? So, like, he says people underestimate him, but he can't even overestimate himself to make a good plan. Like, that was dumb as hell. And, like, it's when his glaring hypocrisy just becomes crazier, because look at that one episode where he hires Oliver, right? When he kills Magnetak and beats him up like, you don't fuck with my family! What happens later on in that episode?
You! Hey, hero! You do not mess with my family!
Invincible comes in, right? And just boom, bam, bam! And it's just a vicious cycle. Titan starts and ends his own problems, but he never solves them. He just tries to rock hard his way through everything, just crush, punch, and smash his way through everything. But he doesn't actually have a concept or a wider view of a bigger picture, because again, if he did, I genuinely think he would just go and join the Guardians of the Globe, or at least be a better person. Don't fool yourself into thinking that because you are a criminal that isn't a wanton murderer doesn't mean that your criminal activities make you holier than thou, right? Because they don't. You're still a criminal at the end of the day. At the end of the day, Invincible should take you to jail, and you should be behind bars, because you are a criminal. Thank you. He is rocks for brains. He is ignorant. He is incapable of looking further ahead into a wider picture. He is Titan. That will be the video, everyone. I don't really have too much more to say as usual when I get to this point of the video. Relevant links down below. And if you like Invincible content, subscribe for more. Drop a comment on your thoughts. If you like Titan, I like him too. I think he squandered himself, you know? You should not be picking fights with dragon people if your superpowers only enable you to protect yourself with rocks. Just saying. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.